Hey everyone, welcome back to Financial Elegance Ja. I know you noticed a change of scenery because your girl is working on leveling up, okay? I want the qualities of the video to be better, and I do hope that the sound is much better this time around. I'm working from a technical end to ensure that the videos are sounding a lot better, more clearer, and available at a louder volume. Welcome back to the channel. Of course, we're focused on helping you to achieve business growth and self-development along the way. Today, we're going to be talking about capital, meaning the dinero, that moolah, money, the coins, the oink oink, okay? We're talking about that you need. And of course, capital, we already know, if you watched the previous video, you've already heard me elaborate that capital is the initial investment you place in your business to get it started. All right, so specifically what I want to talk about today are your options in terms of how you can ascertain capital to grow your business, as well as what that means for an individual who is fully integrated in their own business. They don't have any other employment. For those of you who have a side hustle but still want investment for your business, what does that mean if you are looking to get investors on board, if you're looking to get a loan? We're going to look at those details today, so stay tuned. Someone who is unemployed and going into their own business full-time, you may want to think about getting either a loan. That loan can either be through a commercial establishment, meaning a bank, or some different sources of income. Now, if you're going to get a loan to start your business, first let's have a look at the requirements for someone who is unemployed and is definitely going into this business full-time. Now, the requirements include having your ID, which of course is your passport. You can also use your national ID or your driver's license. You definitely need to have your TRN, which in Jamaica, that's what we use, and that stands for tax registration number. If you're in somewhere else like the United States, you would definitely need to have your social security number. All right. Now, next, you definitely need to have 2 recommendations, and typically they'll let you know who they will accept recommendations from. So that means your minister of religion, that means a justice of the peace, a notary public. I know that that's another name that they're referred to as. And then you do also have, for example, a principal. And if there are any other options that you have, they'll definitely outline it in a list of requirements that you can receive from any banking institution. Now, is there any associated cost to getting a business loan? No, but however, if you are approved to get the loan, there is a processing fee that you will have to pay, and these institutions will identify how much that is. Okay, so the requirements for someone who is employed is only slightly different, only in the sense that aside from the identification that's needed and of course recommendation, they're going to want proof of employment. So that means your last 3 pay slips, and sometimes they may even tell you that you should get a letter from your business place, and they definitely want to see their logo in that official letter and stamped. And they will be reaching out to the individual that is sending this letter on your behalf or that you have provided to them. There are actually 2 specific types that I want to outline to you today. Financing. So debt financing is actually the type of a loan that we're all familiar with. We go to a banking institution or possibly a loan agency. We meet the requirements, we get approved, and the loan process is going to render us paying back the amount that was borrowed with interest. So that's the one we're all familiar with. That's the one that is most commonly offered. The other type of loan is equity financing, and that is specifically when there is an investment within your business with the investor owning a portion of the company at this point. If the second one is something that you're interested about finding more about, definitely do some more research. But just to give you a better understanding of what that means, say for example, so if you put your business up for initial public offer, which is an IPO, that means you are going to allow different persons to own a certain amount of shares or percentage within the company. So for example, Wigdon Windmills went up for IPO last year, November. It was a big hit and they were able to sell a lot of equity in the company, and that is an example of equity financing. So even though it is majority owned by Jamaicans, it is definitely still equity financing. If you're more so looking to, say, invite someone to come on board and turn this from a sole proprietor, meaning only one individual owning and running the business, you can definitely look at a partnership where you will sell maybe 50% or 40% of the business to another individual, just so you can use their money for whatever expansion or projects they. Now let's have a look at capital from the perspective of self-financed. Now, say for instance, you were possibly working for some time and you had put aside some money over a year or a couple of years in order to make that initial investment. Now, previously we had always used, for example, a trucking company. For something like that, most individuals would definitely seek out getting the debt financing loan, where they would ascertain a certain amount, maybe 200,000 to 5 million. It all depends on the size of what you're looking to execute in the very beginning, and of course paying that back at an interest. Now, for a company that's already established and looking to expand, they would have possibly used the equity financing, which we've already mentioned. Using an IPO or APO is an example of where you can actually sell ownership by percentage or stocks within a company, and that's how you can generate some capital income to put towards expansion of the business. Now, for self-sourced financing for capital, you may have had some savings set aside, and that's what you would put up. So for a clothing store, you would definitely want to have some amount of money, since you're looking to purchase manufactured items and reselling them for a profit. Now, we do know that for girls like myself that do a lot of online shopping, we're going to be looking at the ASOS, we're looking at the Boohoo, we're looking at the Shein, and if selling clothes is something you're interested in, those are just 3 examples of some great online stores that you can get deals and reselling that at a profit. So it's easy on the pocket, and then you can also get a profit, and it's also easy on your customers as well, because they do want things that are nice but that are not far out of their range and are ridiculously overpriced, right? Especially after you put freight and stuff on that, you can still price it at a very reasonable range. We'll have a look more at pricing in another video, but that's just one initial example. Especially if it is that you have somebody who believes in your dream, they will actually help to put in some investment there. And even if they don't have the money to help you out, they can actually help to gather resources that you can use to do that. Sometimes they'll do fundraisers, GoFundMe. They have a lot of different options. You have garage sales to generate money that you can use to start your own business. You can start on a smaller scale. So if you are good with your hands, whether that's knitting, pottery, crafting, textiles, and design, such as focusing on branding and establishing customer trust and ensuring that you're maintaining a certain level of customer communication. They want to know that when they reach out to you, you'll respond and they won't fall like sand in the Sahara Desert. Okay. All right, guys, so we talked about everything that you pretty much need. All right, so let me know down below if you like this new setup. All right, and definitely comment below which type of capital you have invested or you're looking to use as your initial investment, whether it is you're going to take out a loan from friends or family, or you're going to take out a loan from an investment institution or bank, or you're going to do self-financed capital. You're going to save and do it. You're probably going to start from small if you do crafting and any other hands-on skill that you may have. Sell those products, save a profit, and you're going to use that to make bigger purchases that can actually help you to expand. Now, for businesses that are already established, for example, those that do carpeting, a trucking company, so many other types that have been around for a while and they're just looking to make things easier on themselves. So purchasing machinery, that means getting a few more individuals on board, possibly getting another location or getting new trucks and stuff like that. That requires, you know, some hard cold cash, and you need to have all of that, or at least a deposit to put down, and the rest of the cash has to come after. So I think you should definitely have a look at the options that I've told you about and look deeper into what works best for your business. You're able to assess the financial situation that you're in and be able to determine if taking out a debt loan is a really good option. You can maintain paying those, you know, monthly payments over time so that the interest doesn't eat you up, or additional fees are not attached to that because you're not paying on time, and that also does not look good for your credit. That's a big no-no. Thank you so much for staying with me today. I love you guys so much. The outpour of support is great. I am taking all of your feedback to make these videos better and better. I hope the rain is not interrupting me too much and it's not bothering you guys. I might put in some background music to help alleviate that, but you may find it soothing too. Alright, so leave a comment down below if you like the new setting. Tell me how you're planning to use capital, whether it's self or you're going to get a loan. And definitely, if you have already put in your initial investment for your business, let me know down below. How did that work out for you? Would you have done anything differently if you could? You know? So, yeah. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Ensure you turn on those post notifications so that you'll always be the first to see when a new video comes up. A video is posted every week. So thank you so much for staying with me today. I love you guys so much. Mwah, 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 mwah. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye.